Hello, and welcome to our lesson on Introduction to Supply Chain Management. This segment will cover supply chain integrations, Part 2. There are different types of supply chain integration. The first one is the vertical integration, is a strategy that allows a company to streamline its operations by taking direct ownership of various stages of its production process rather than relying on external contractors or suppliers. In the light of SC theory, supply chain works as a singularly competitive unit, interconnected, accomplishing what many big vertical integrated companies failed to achieve. There are several examples of different companies, such as Ford Motor, vertical integration. The major reason for failure is lack of capability and diverting from their core business. Supply chains are evolving. New entrants are coming in the market with more capabilities and skills, and every company is shrinking and minimizing its expenses and waste for healthy profits or survival in the market. Vertical integration, VI, also has some advantages like control over the whole business in order of quality, schedule planning and forecasting, etc. But generally, vertical integration has more disadvantages than advantages, such as lack of capability, lack of knowledge about raw material business, difficulty in managing big operations, diverting from the core business of the company. According to several academic researchers, whenever a company moves 2 or more steps from its core business, it fails 2/3 of the time. Vertical integration strategy is too risky, difficult to reverse, and involves huge cost. Sometimes vertical integration is necessary, but more often than not, it is unnecessary. The reasons used by senior managers to justify these strategies are usually invalid. Examples are assuring market access, building closer relationships with customers, gaining customer trust, and reducing cyclicality. These reasons are sometimes valid, but often not. Finally, whether vertical integration is profitable or not is a challenging question and depends on several factors, including capabilities of company management, knowledge of businesses, and employees' skills. In simple words, vertical integration strategies are not fit to all. However, there are some success stories behind vertical integration, such as DuPont acquiring Conoco Inc. In the year of 1981, a $7.3 billion transaction. The chairman of DuPont stated that the merger would give the firm a captive hydrocarbon feedstock source and would minimize the exposure of the combined firms to fluctuations in the price of hydrocarbon and energy. The primary goal of vertical integration is to gain greater control over the supply chain and manufacturing process. Advantages: when performed well, vertical integration may lead to lower costs, economies of scale, and a lower reliance on external parties. Vertical integration may lead to lower transportation costs, smaller turnaround times, or simpler logistics if the entire process is managed in-house. This may also result in higher quality products as the company has direct control over the raw materials used through the manufacturing line. Companies may sometimes find themselves at the whim of suppliers who have market power. Through vertical integration, companies can circumnavigate external monopolies. In addition, a company may gain insights from a retailer on what goods are selling best. This information may be very useful in making manufacturing and product decisions. Disadvantages: companies can't vertically integrate overnight. In fact, it is a long-term process that requires widespread buy-in. This also includes heavy upfront capital expenditure requirements to acquire the proper company, integrate new and existing systems, and ensure that staff is trained across the entire manufacturing process. By vertically integrating, companies do sacrifice some degree of flexibility. This is because they commit capital to a specific process or product. Instead of being able to decline purchasing from an external vendor, a company will likely have committed money that cannot be easily recovered. In addition, a company may lose the opportunity to gain unique knowledge through different external vendors. Vertical integration may also have several social impacts. Companies may end up trying to do too much and lose focus on their ultimate goal. In addition, customers may not support the culture of a large manufacturer, also interfacing directly with customers. The bullwhip effect describes the increasing amplification of orders and inventory occurring within a supply chain the more one moves upstream. Surprisingly, this phenomenon also occurs even if end item demand is fairly stable. The total demand can lead to large fluctuations in demand from the retailer up the supply chain through the wholesaler, distributor, manufacturer, and raw material supplier. This is known as the bullwhip effect. Surprisingly, this phenomenon also occurs even if end item demand is fairly stable. The total demand can lead to large fluctuations in demand from the retailer up the supply chain through the wholesaler, distributor, manufacturer, and raw material supplier. This is known as the bullwhip effect. It can be addressed by sharing actual consumer demand with suppliers so that they can plan production and have appropriate inventory available while keeping their costs low. Lack of communication. One major reason for the bullwhip effect is lack of communication. Under its impact, it is difficult to run the processes smoothly. Due to the improper lack of communication among supply chain partners, the managers can receive product demand quite different from the real demand of end customers. Disorganization. Disorganization among each supply chain link results in ordering larger amounts of a product than is needed due to an overreaction to the supply chain beforehand. Order batching firms may not place orders to the suppliers in real time, often accumulating the demand first. Mostly companies order on weekly or monthly basis. This creates variability in the demand of products as, for instance, a surge in demand may take place at some stage, followed by no demand after. Price variation. The one reason of bullwhip effect is price variation. Mostly, companies start their promotion activities, special discount offers. This can increase the consumer's regular buy patterns. Due to the special discounts, consumers want to take more and more advantage of special offers, and they may store products in huge quantities. This can cause uneven production and distorted demand information. Demand information. Several companies may rely on past demand information of products to forecast future demand information without involvement of customer requirements, market feedback, or simply without any fluctuation that may occur in demand over a period of time. Free return policies. Intentionally, customers can overstate demand due to expected shortage of products and can cancel the orders. When the supply is adequate again, without return forfeit, retailers will continue to exaggerate their needs and cancel orders, resulting in excess inventory. The snowball effect starts from the upstream side. Variability of supply quantities and supply delays increase as one moves downstream. For example, a small fault in a supplier machine can cause a 3-day delivery delay to the manufacturer in China, and it will result in a 6-day delivery delay to the distributor in Malaysia, finally, snowballing into a total 12-day delay in delivery to the retailer's customers in Europe. You have no choice other than to roll until it stops. This is the end of this segment of our lesson. In the next segment, we shall discuss the beginnings of SCM in USA. This course is presented to you by South Europe College. Thank you for listening and see you on our next segment.